Hello and welcome back to the Variant Geek Podcast. My name is Brennan.
I'm Zach,
And I'm Jason.
and this week we are going to be discussing builder games.
Wow, good job. You forgot the name, didn't you? Open world sandbox type games.
Well, there's a difference. Like KOTOR is an open world sandbox game, but it's not a builder game.
Is it open world sandbox?
Yeah,
It's sandbox?
Because you can go to KOTOR, like you can go to different planets, and you have like a little area that you can go to and play within.
I mean, so I just typed in open world sandbox, and obviously the first one that comes up is always going to be Minecraft and Terraria. But they also listed Grand Theft Auto 5, Skyrim, No Man's Sky.
KOTOR is not sandbox. It's more of an RPG, not very sandboxy at all. It's nowhere near a sandbox.
Yeah, it is, because
That's on Steam.
A sandbox is defined by a game that has a small area that you can play within.
Interesting.
Whatever.
Anyways, we're talking about those games today, everybody. Recent news. Been streaming Mass Effect. I'm about 10 hours into my stream of my playthrough, and I have done, after the Citadel, one main mission. Everything else has been side quests.
But is there anything else that is...
I'm playing a 34-year-old game on my stream right now.
Nice. I mean, I've been playing Minecraft, which is kind of where I got the idea for this episode and kind of shared it with the two of you for those listeners that we have.
Yes.
And let me tell you, it holds up. I know I've talked about it before, but I remember playing it in high school, and it is the exact same, and I love it.
Oh, yeah. Minecraft is always going to be one of those kind of games that will always hold up. Because it just has one of those unique styles. And then, I really want to play it on PC, because I just want to really play with some mods to, change, the textures, or, there's, some realism mods where, instead of squares, everything's a circle, so it looks a little bit more real.
Oh, goofy.
Or, the, ultra realistic mods that just make it look, ridiculously real, and it's kind of cool. I don't know if anybody else has seen those.
I haven't, but I've seen people make mods on Minecraft. And they aren't specifically that, but they're like mods that add things like characters, mushrooms. I don't know if they're real now. But...
Yeah, they have been forever, pretty much. You just had to find a mushroom mile.
I do love how they introduced the caves and what is the other? It's caves and something update, and all the caves and stuff, the different kind of caves that you can have.
It's cliffs and caves.
Oh, okay. Cliffs and caves. They're not coming out until the end of the year. They released the first half.
You can use it, but
they
not only on PC.
Oh yeah, on PC, but on console.
You can't use it on console. PC, you can mark the experimental stuff and use it still, but nowhere else.
Yeah, on console, you can only use the first half of the update, which doesn't include the cliffs or caves.
Nope.
Which is kind of dumb, but whatever.
Now you can mark using it in console and get certain aspects of it to work. Not a whole lot though. Naturally spawning, you can do it, especially you can do it in creative if you mark it for the update, because you can get all the spawn eggs, you can use all the new types of ores, and the ores will look different. It's just not the exact same.
Oh, okay. I do really we haven't really done it much, but I did, from what I've seen so far and played so far, of the Ender. Is it just called the Ender update, where they have the different areas in the...
It was the Nether update.
Nether update, God. Enders with the dragon.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, the Nether update with all those different areas in the Nether. That's actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm looking at some mods just of Minecraft and on my computer, and I see one called Quiverbow, and you basically just get a bounty of projectile-based weaponry.
Ooh,
including a snow cannon and a firework launcher. But I
Huh.
think
okay.
by far favorite mod that I've seen is called pig manure. All it
What?
literally does is pigs drop poop when they
Of
are
course they
walking.
do.
I love silly mods like that.
Yeah.
That
I'm,
Can
they
have a
don't
practical
change.
application, but they're goofy.
Yeah, like they don't change a lot. They change like almost nothing, but it just makes the game seem more real.
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
But and then well, you got to look at people who play Minecraft religiously, and you can see they built the Taj Mahal or they built
like literally,
Like
what
a
was it
1-to-1
recently?
scale of Middle Earth.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I was gonna mention. That looks ridiculous. Like holy crap! Or I
Mhm.
think somebody made a 1-to-1 scale of King's Landing from Game of
They
Thrones.
did, and it was
Really?
huge.
Like just the amount of cool stuff, but the amount of time that has to take.
Yeah, I also saw
Holy
one thing I
crap!
want to do one of these days is I need to get Minecraft on PC again because what I really want to do is download like these mods where it's um like there was how to describe this. There's a medieval one, there's a like a zombie outbreak one where it's like everything's replaced with like different modded creatures and like the world is way different. Like there's like tall grass and stuff, different items. It just looks like a lot of fun. It looks really confusing and a pain, but like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Kind of turns it more into an RPG than just,
To a
do what you
sandbox.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so many cool. That's one of the cool things about some of these games. Speaking of poop,
Oh.
the
You're about to transfer into Ark Survival.
yeah,
I knew
every
it.
Okay.
time Brendan and I played Ark, we would just always be like, we pooped
Every single time.
we pooped.
Okay. I played that game for maybe 5 hours in total, and I don't like it. It's
It,
too
yeah.
much.
It had a
There's a
steep
lot to
learning
take in,
curve.
but it's a lot like Sea of Thieves in my opinion. And what I mean by that is there's just a lot to learn right off the bat that they give you no guidance for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Granted, there's more to do in Ark than something like Sea of Thieves, but that's the thing about Sea of Thieves. You'll notice, Jason, if we keep playing it, is after a certain while, you're like, I'm doing the same three things.
Like, would you consider Sea of Thieves to be kind of more sandboxy, or
Yes, because there's no like
there's
set
no
objective the
main
game's pushing you
story
towards, which
goal?
is
Yeah.
why KOTOR's not a sandbox. But
It is.
it's not though, because a video game or part of a video game which the player is not constrained to achieving specific goals and has a large degree of freedom to explore, interact, or modify the game environment.
See, I think that with KOTOR, I would say that it's more of a what you would consider like story-based game with sandbox elements. So
Yeah,
I would say that there's a lot of open world, like openness to do things,
yeah. I mean, there's
but
just
you're
I don't
following a
know.
goal.
I
Like
haven't
what
played the second one, so maybe it's improved upon. I'm sure it probably is, but yeah, there's not really a whole lot to do sandboxy wise.
I think one of my favorite sandboxy games growing up. Oh god, I'm trying to remember. I think My Sims Kingdom was technically a sandbox game. I don't remember a whole
Mm.
bunch about it, but it was kind of fun on the Wii. But yeah, Ark is that was really random. Ark was actually I kind of enjoyed Ark. I started kind of getting a little bored eventually, and I also didn't like how you can die in your sleep when you're logged off the game.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't. I think Brennan accidentally killed me once.
Yeah.
100% accidentally killed me. And then building rafts and stuff like that was kind of neat. And then going hunting for animals or what have you.
See, with Ark Survival, I got it actually for free through the Epic Games, like
Yeah.
their
Mhm.
they do like a free deal every week, like it's a free game. And when I got it and I was playing it, there was a mod that they had like added, they included it, and it was like Party Hat Dodo. And if you found a if you found a Party Hat Dodo, I don't remember if like when you killed it, like confetti came out of it or what. But I mean, I literally all I did was I would just go around and find dodos and try to kill them.
Oh my
And I
god.
didn't do really think anything else, and then I would get attacked by like dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's why that's why
It
I
was if
clicked
you
not
killed them,
touching
I'm pretty
it.
sure you got cake if you killed them.
Yep.
The cake is a lie.
I vaguely remember that.
But no,
But
and
one that I really liked Ark. I do want to talk about it for a little bit because I know I have nothing to talk about on the next one I wanted to bring up. But with Ark, I really did like it. Like I liked the setting of it with dinosaurs, and I have very like Zach and I played what maybe 15 hours total
Yeah.
in that
yeah,
first
yeah.
stint. And I have some very fond memories, like when we were like, oh, let's go explore this part of the map. We haven't been here yet, and then we ended up getting almost frozen to death, and then we had to like emergency land on this one island, and it was inhabited by like nothing but carnivores, and it was just nightmare fuel. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like getting chased by the Spinosaurus, and I'm like, this isn't it, Chief.
you said no, thank you.
Or like when we would drop all of our inventory and zoom around the map because we had such high like stamina stats.
Oh yeah.
Like I like very fond memories of the game in that aspect. But yeah, I really liked it. The building was simple, and while there was a lot to take in, it was very like once you got it figured out, it wasn't too difficult.
Yeah.
But I liked that they didn't have a whole lot of hand holding like a lot of games do nowadays. Like with like Sea of Thieves, they literally walk you through how to do like everything on that first voyage. They don't like with Ark, they literally say, "Good luck."
Good luck.
Yeah.
Have fun. Be safe.
I'm guessing the next game you're going to mention is Terraria.
Yeah, and I have not played it
Neither
like
have I.
at all.
That's Jason's territory right there.
Well,
I
the last time I played it, and I own it, I remember building a house and doing a ton of work.
Mm-hmm. I own it too, but I don't play it.
I think I got killed like right away, and I went, "This was worthless." But
yeah, we played like 10 minutes of it before we got into an argument and quit.
That sounds about right. That sounds about as accurate as how I would have played the game.
No, it was because he got mad because I mentioned the like ending of Gears 4, and he was being a baby about it. Like he's gonna even finish the game.
I was going to at some point. I never have yet, but it will happen.
Sometime.
The game had been out for years.
The game is 300 years old. Would you see with Terraria? I actually kind of prefer Minecraft over Terraria, and
any day I do.
And I don't like that because I've put much more hours into Minecraft than Terraria. I have.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's the 2D sprite, like the 2D versus 3D for me that kind of gets me because I kind of prefer 3D. But
I like all that you can do in it, but like as Minecraft continues to be updated more and more, like they're getting more of those elements that made Terraria unique, like going and hunting certain bosses or like going after certain kinds of mobs, and especially like with like mods on PC, you can pretty much make Terraria in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
but I also like. Well, some of the bosses in Terraria are pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, like I really like the art style of it. I've never gotten really into it. I wish I could, but I don't. Yeah. Not really my thing.
And I would rather play the game with other people than with myself. And that goes for playing Stardew Valley, where I really like Stardew Valley.
I love Stardew Valley.
I would rather play it with somebody else because it's more fun to be like, okay, I'm going to go do this.
It's a lot easier with other people too.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to. You can like send someone to the mine while you farm instead of like you farm and then you go to the mine. You got like 3 hours to like speed through that thing, and you got like half stamina. And you're like, I got this.
You're like crying inside. You're like, oh no.
Most definitely.
Would you consider Stardew Valley as a sandbox game?
Definitely, because there's no central goal you're being pushed towards. It's literally just well, do what you want.
Well, it's like your grandpa gave you this
land, do what you want with it. And they don't really tell you how to do anything either.
Yeah. But Zach, have you played, because you've only played like 5 minutes of Terraria. Have you played Stardew Valley?
I have not. I think we talked about guys on because this is what our 21st episode. I think on like episode like three or no, it was in our top 10 games episode, our second episode.
Yeah, because it was someone's top 10.
Yeah, I think it was in both of your top 10s actually.
It was.
It's a fun
It's a
game.
game that I want to play. Like I've heard good things about. I've just never gotten around to playing it, especially with my gigantic backlog of games that I need to beat.
Gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
And here you
As I'm
are
going back
playing.
through Mass
As you're going through a game you played 800 years ago.
Here you are playing Mass Effect 24/7. But that's okay because Mass Effect is a fun game.
It is.
Yeah.
I am really enjoying the Legendary Edition. I mean, God, no. Would you say Mass Effect has like some kind of sandbox elements?
I don't know, because you're going towards the central goal of the story.
Because I mean,
So
you can.
I'd say no, but my opinion doesn't matter.
You can do because like
Real
because I was looking through like a list of sandbox games and they count like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as a sandbox game.
And I think that's more suffices because of the amount of things you can do outside of the main story. That's where I struggled with identifying KOTOR as a sandbox, because while there's a little bit of like, oh, here you can do this if you want, it's pretty much, hey, go do this.
That's fair. A sandbox game. Looking at it, that I started to kind of enjoy, and it's probably one of the best comeback stories in gaming history. Is No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
I know you didn't really have as much fun with it.
I kind of hated it, but you know, it's okay.
I never
'Cause
played it.
It's really interesting because, like, so you start out by crash landing on a literally a randomly generated planet, and you have to try and get your ship up and running again, and then you can literally just fly anywhere in the galaxy or universe. You can just fly there, and it literally you can just do whatever you want. You want to. I think they included starting to create like get your own like battalion of ships.
Mm-hmm.
You can fight pirates. You can shoot stuff. Literally, you can almost do anything you want, and it's actually kind of cool. And you can build You can build like little bases.
And I need to get back into that again because I really do like all the different systems in the game. I had not a great first experience with it because I was dumb and didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I was like, I don't want to figure this out. My brain's tired.
Yeah, and the one thing that if you're playing,
Because that was during last summer, wasn't it? That we played it? Because I was perpetually exhausted the entire time I did anything throughout that summer.
The one thing, if you're like us, any game that has
First, I'm sorry.
any game that has like an option where you can hurt or kill your teammates, we're gonna do it at least once.
Oh, I have such a hard time with it.
That game, you can actually like hurt your teammates and kill them.
Really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I know Zach and I accidentally hurt each other a few times.
But I mean, overall, it's kind of a fun game, and you can terraform and a bunch of other stuff in it as well. But like the reason I asked about like Mass Effect is because they also count The Witcher 3 as sandbox.
Oh, strange.
But I mean, I guess that kind of goes off of like what you were saying, where there are a lot, and I mean a lot of things you can do in The Witcher 3 outside of the main game. Like I think you probably spend more time doing side quests and other stuff, or like hunt or Witcher contracts, more than you do the main game.
Definitely.
That's another game I need to finish again. I think I've beaten it twice, and I need to finish my third playthrough so I can do the Blood and Wine DLC that I got. I want to play that DLC, and I've heard it's really, really good. It's one of the best DLCs ever, but I've barely played any of it. But I need to finish the main story first, because you can't really do it until the end of the main game, because you need to be a high enough level. But any other sandbox?
Oh, Zach,
I like Borderlands.
Okay.
Kind of. I don't know if you. God, I don't even know. Go ahead, Zach. Or, geez, Louise. Go ahead, Jason.
Zach, you had talked about Gary's mod.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to talk about what that is, what you're
I
doing
love
with it?
Gary's
So
mod.
it's from Valve. It's kind of like not necessarily a spinoff, but kind of a spinoff of Half-Life.
Oh no, it
It,
ain't.
well, because like
There's stuff
basically
in
you
there
can,
with it, but
yeah,
I
you can
mean,
literally do whatever like you can play like one of the biggest games that kind of spawned like that's almost
Prop
kind of
Hunt,
where Among Us,
TTT,
oh yeah, TTT, Trouble in Terrorist Town is where Among Us kind of came from, really.
Moose.
If there was no
Among Us.
TTT, there might not be no Among Us.
Correct.
Prop Hunt is always a really fun game that got instituted in Call of Duty and is now a Call of Duty multiplayer staple almost.
Okay.
But basically, you can just make a bunch of stuff and basically almost do whatever you want. I was telling you a little while ago, I was watching a stream like 8 years ago. God, I'm old. And there was a little mod in Gary's mod that you could go in and literally just on a giant like little TV screen with your character just watch YouTube videos and stuff together. Because it's like a little movie theater mod, and you can go in and watch movies on the movie theater. But yeah, and that's what I was going to use for my senior thesis, but I don't have a PC. So I can't, because it would have been so much easier probably and a lot more efficient to make stuff in Gary's mod than in Dreams for the PS4, which I guess is also kind of a sandbox in a sense. Because you can make stuff, literally make your own game or like little snippet show.
Yeah.
Or just play whatever people make. It's kind of cool. It's a little steep in the learning curve to figure out how to do everything because it doesn't really tell you how to do stuff necessarily.
So this is a complete side note, but I just got a really interesting message from my buddy with a nice article, and I feel like this is interesting to both of you as well.
Okay.
So do either of you know who David Geffen is?
No.
So you've definitely, probably without realizing it, watched something that he either produced or like helped give a lot of money to, because he's like one of the Hollywood just like insane moguls, like billionaires. Well, he just made $150 million donation to Yale, but only to the drama school. So for like now until, well, ever, for at least as of right now, tuition is free to all students of the drama school.
And
guess we're going to Yale.
I guess I'm going to get my master's at Yale.
I was going to say, does that count graduate courses?
Yes, all students, tuition of the drama school, no matter what year.
Looks like you will.
But in other words, I know one of Brennan's favorite Sandbox games is obviously Roblox.
Yeah.
No,
really?
It's RDR2.
I love it. Still play it.
If you want to hear more about Brennan talking about his Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff, go back to our top 10 episode because he definitely talks about it there.
I definitely did. I won't spend too much time in this one about it. I love that game. It's very good. I'm playing through and trying to finish up the epilogue now because I got bored after the main story concluded. I was like, I don't care about being a ranch hand. John Marston. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I started getting through that again. And it's getting fun again because I got through the boring story stuff, which is where a lot of people fizzle out of the main story, is getting through the boring story stuff first.
Yeah.
But, I understand why they do it. It's a lot like a movie or a TV show where they're establishing character, which is important. But
yeah. It's just, you don't want to, you're like, be done.
And yeah. One of the most ridiculous Sandbox games is probably, I think it's called EVE Online. I think that's the one I'm thinking
or EVE, EVE, yeah.
EVE Online, yeah.
That literally has people that have alarms to do their jobs in game. Like they set real life alarms so that they can make sure they get to their online game job on time.
What?
Get it done. Yeah. And there's actually like a functioning economy in the game created by the players.
That sounds about right though.
But I think it was last year or early this year, there was a giant galactic battle that cost hundreds of thousands of actual US dollars.
That sounds about right.
and it's just ridiculous how much money and time people put into stuff like that.
Well,
And
so
I looked into the game and I was like, this is too much for my brain.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I've seen a little bit about it, and like my brain hurts. There's just so much to manage.
Well, so Eve, I've looked it up, and it's an MMORPG. Obviously,
Yeah.
would you consider that like WoW or Elder Scrolls Online or things like that? Would those be considered sandbox?
I'd say no because there's no like, you can't. Oh my gosh. I mean, they're an open world MMORPG,
Yeah,
which is its own thing, just like SWOTR and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They're their own category. But I mean, I guess if you really want to get down to brass tacks of the actual definition that I read, yeah, because you're not being pushed at all towards a central goal because there isn't one.
yeah.
The central goal is to get enough experience to do raids, I guess. But I don't know. Difficult.
It's
That I kind of want to play is Rust, but that looks
Yeah.
I
like,
want to
especially
play
with some of
Rust,
the-
but I don't want to get
some of the
sweated on.
Yeah, there are so many people in that game that just like no life that game. And
Did you
the
see
amount
that
of
they
people
finally released a
really-
trailer for Rust after all these years?
Well, I know because
Like,
I know it's
did you
coming
see
to
that?
console soon.
Yeah, it
Is
is.
it really?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. I think it's coming to Game Pass. I
Yeah,
could
it
be
is.
wrong, but
Well, and so as we're talking about Rust, would you consider things like was it Valheim? Is that what it's called?
Ooh, Valheim definitely is because you literally go through and build all kinds of stuff, and it is most definitely a sandbox.
I would play Valheim if it were more than $2 off on the Steam sale.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, I don't know. I
It's
might
one of
get
those
it.
things where
I'll-
you're like,
It'll be like the last 10 minutes of the sale. I'll buy it if I buy it.
Yeah, because I think it's 100% straying away from the sandbox for like a quick second is Tabletop Simulator. Is something I kind of want to get.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's buy it.
Bite the bullet, bud. Bite the bullet.
You bite
been
the
wanting
bullet,
to get it for a
Lucas.
while.
You buy it with us. We can all play board games online.
Because we can't play friggin' board games with you in person now.
I know. Who decided to leave?
He didn't decide to leave. He kind of had to leave.
Oh well. That's the way
He's
the
on a
cookie
run from the
crumbles.
U.S. government, is all.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody, but that's accurate. Yep.
Oh God, I can't really think of any other like big name sandbox games.
Obviously Roblox.
I cannot get into
Hello,
Roblox
milady.
ever.
You know who absolutely loves Roblox?
Probably your brother.
Salvatore O'Neill.
Or okay.
Yeah, that
That
sounds
checks
about
out.
right.
That actually checks out. Who, if you don't know who Sal is, just listen to one of our former streams because we had him on as a guest.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
What was what was it? Was it the?
It was the God. What was it?
I'm looking that up right now because
I don't remember.
right
Dark
offhand.
Souls.
No,
Well,
we
Dark
haven't
Souls
talked
was
about
something
Dark
with
Souls
it.
yet.
Yeah, I was like, we haven't talked like straight up just about Dark Souls yet.
Oh, it's Villains in Gaming.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, if
Go
you want to
check out-
go check out our Villains in Gaming, where we talk about the best and the worst villains to ever grace the video game screens. And it features Sal, who may or may
If you
not.
don't know who that is, don't worry about it.
We don't know yet. But, gosh. I mean, technically, according to the website known as Google, and Google, we all know, is the all-knowing and is always correct. Skyrim
Obviously.
is a sandbox.
Or a sandbox.
Yeah, because there is a central story, but you're not being pushed towards it.
And I mean,
say.
some of the mods for Skyrim can be pretty fun.
My gosh, they are. I love doing some of the console mods are even good.
Like I kind of want to get the Star Wars mod where you have lightsabers, and then turn on the killing children mod and just become Anakin Skywalker.
Oh my gosh.
Just walk into an... I've seen it like a few times on different people's streams. They literally just become Anakin. They go into one of the orphanages, and then they just hack down all the children. You're having a bad day, just take it out on the orphanage.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Skyrim. But, anything else you guys want to talk about?
I don't think so. I mean, we've touched on kind of the big ones.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much good then.
Obviously, we're forgetting something very important.
What are we forgetting?
We're forgetting that, oh, geez.
Oh,
You know,
geez.
if you're feeling tired, I think there's a really good thing that you should try.
Yeah,
Brendan,
getting more
what-
sleep at night.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's it. Bye. Have a good time.
No.
No. But for real, check out our sponsor, Raise Energy. It's actually tasty, and I actually enjoy it.
It makes your face tingle, does it not?
Well, the pre-workout does, because it's pre-workout, and I drink too much of it.
Darn
And then you don't go to
kids these
sleep
days.
until 9 a.m. 2 days later.
So where do I get Raise Energy? I am so confused.
Well, we know you are.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I think you go to a nice little website called repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.
SPORTS.com, baby.
And Brendan, what do you get if you use our code VG Podcast at
Well, you
checkout?
got a pretty mean 15% off your order.
And we would really appreciate the help. It would help definitely bring up the
Production value,
of
very
our
much so.
podcasts.
What are you talking about? This is the best production value I've ever seen.
What is the promo code they have to put in?
I'm glad you asked, since he totally didn't already say it. VG Podcast at checkout.
Yeah, highly recommend. Go do that. And then also make sure you turn into our streams. Brendan's going to be streaming some more Sid Meier's Pirates at some point, I'm sure. And I'm doing my Mass Effect Renegade run. Right now, I'm
Renegade.
on
Renegade.
I'm being an asshole to everybody except my crew. It's great. One of my favorite moments is just knocking the absolute ever-living crap out of the reporter every game.
Oh.
Every game, you meet the one and write tabloid articles.
Well, isn't
And
it
if
that chick?
You can, yeah, it's, I already forgot her name. But basically, you have an option where you're like, I'm fed up with this, and you can throw a right-hand jab, and you absolutely knock her to the ground. She drops like a sack of potatoes.
Why are you hitting women?
It's just funny to absolutely
Zach
knock
is
the crap out of the reporter.
sexist.
Because she's a reporter, and she's trying to write bad tabloids about you, and you're like, I don't want this, and you punch her.
You
And then
punch.
I think it's the third game, she ducks because she'd already done it twice.
Ah!
And
You
so
walk
she
up, I'm a
ducks,
pusher.
and then she gets up and she's like, hot, and then you headbutt her and she drops.
Oh my gosh.
But
It's amazing. But yeah, make sure you turn into our streams. They'll be on the last little bit, and they're also on our homepage. Twitch.tv/Shepherd6 for me, and Twitch.tv/ForestallCash014 for Brennan.
Yes.
and
But,
if you guys, the viewers, the listeners, if they have any ideas for,
Or any or like any requests, anything you'd like to hear from us,
if
Yeah,
you
please
have
let us
any
know.
Let us know.
stories playing sandboxes, let us know. If you think of another sandbox that you absolutely love, let us know.
Yeah, that
we
we
are-
missed
Talk
out on.
about anything.
And see, we love hearing from our viewers because it's
Yeah.
We do.
it's the best.
It's nice to hear someone's listening.
Yeah.
Hope you guys all enjoyed the podcast, and we all hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yes.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.